Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee members. I'm pleased to be here today to testify about H.R. 3697, the Criminal Alien Gang Member Removal Act. It was introduced by our colleagues Barbara Comstock, Raul Labrador, Peter King, and our chairman Bob Goodlatte, Judiciary Committee. The United States is facing an ever-growing threat from transnational criminal gangs. It's beyond dispute. In communities across our nation, these gangs use horrific violence and the threat of violence to create a climate of fear that allows them to operate with near impunity. They regularly target local business owners and law enforcement officials, with passersby unlucky enough to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, also often paying a price. As U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement has found, these gangs, quote, have grown to become a serious threat in American communities across the nation, not only in cities, but increasingly in suburban and even rural areas. And entire neighborhoods and sometimes whole communities are held hostage by and subjected to their violence, unquote. Perhaps no transnational gang better exemplifies the use of murder and mayhem than Mara Salvatrucha 13, also known as MS-13, which was formed by Salvadorans who entered the U.S. during the Salvadoran Civil War in the 1980s. MS-13 is notorious, and it's made us all too familiar with the phenomenon new to our shores of persons being hacked to death with machetes. MS-13 has over 10,000 members operating within the U.S., and ICE believes that MS-13 is, quote, one of the most violent and rapidly growing transnational street gangs, unquote. At every level, our law enforcement officials are working to curb this cancer growing in our neighborhoods with large-scale enforcement actions, such as Operation New Dawn, which over a 6-week period netted almost 1,100 arrests of gang members. While criminal prosecutions remain a crucial tool in the fight against gang violence, we are vulnerable to alien gang members exploiting dangerous loopholes in current immigration law. Currently, an alien may not be deported even if that alien is known to be a member of a criminal gang or participating in gang activities. ICE is forced to wait for the gang member to first be convicted of a deportable offense. All of this while ICE is forced to watch and wait as the alien continues to flagrantly participate in dangerous gang activities. H.R. 3697 will, for the first time, permit alien gang members to be placed into removal proceedings on the grounds of being criminal gang members. The bill sets out clear parameters for what crimes are considered gang-related and relies on long-standing federal criminal law definitions to determine what a gang or group consists of. In addition, it provides that the Secretary of Homeland Security, using procedures already used by the Secretary of State to designate foreign terrorist organizations, may designate a gang as a, quote, criminal gang. And this would be done transparently through notification to Congress and publication in the Federal Register, and with meaningful judicial review. The ultimate decision as to whether to place an alien in removal proceedings rests with the Department of Homeland Security. And once an alien is charged, the charge must be proven by evidence on the record in immigration court. Specifically, I've heard concerns that ICE will use these provisions to charge any alien they encounter. We believe those concerns are misplaced. ICE maintains the burden of proof when charging an alien with a deportable offense, and while the alien has the burden of proof when they are inadmissible, a denial of gang membership would be sufficient to shift the burden back to the government. The government must convince an immigration judge of its case. And of course, an alien ordered removed as a gang member has every right to appeal that order to the Board of Immigration Appeals and ultimately to the federal court. At the end of the day, this bill is about providing law enforcement with the necessary tools to combat gang activity in virtually every community in this country. We must take action now or watch homicide and violent crime rates continue to soar as federal immigration remains unable to take action to remove alien criminal gang members from this country. I just wanted to address very briefly Mr. McGovern's concerns about the lack of process, as he said, and point out that this is part of larger legislation that passed the full House in 2005 and passed Judiciary Committee hearings in the 113th, 114th, and 115th Congress as part of larger legislation. So it's not an unheard of measure and has been widely discussed. And I look forward to answering the committee's questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ms. Loughran, welcome to the committee.